Hello everybody, this is ZigZagZog coming to you from wet and humid, once again, Western Kentucky, and we are going to continue our playthrough of Total War 3 Kingdoms utilizing the 8 Princes DLC, and we are indeed playing as Sima Ai. And looking back, actually before we get in there, I hope I make it through this playthrough on this episode. I turned off the air conditioning because every now and then we kind of pick up that background hum of the air conditioner. So if you hear some drips along the way, it's me sweating like crazy. It's one of the hottest days of the year here, but we'll survive. Let's get on with the mission. The difference in playing these playthroughs from when I'm just playing on my own is I take probably a little less time looking around between turns because I kind of want to keep the game going. You may disagree, you may think I look around just too much, but what I do is I do my looking around between episodes to see what I see, make sure I'm not missing anything, and I've been focused on moving Sima Ai north and gaining back the trade port that's been wrongfully taken away from us by Song Wai. I have a force up north kind of to counter and deter him from taking any more territory, but in the process I also, for some reason, have overlooked this massive force over here, part of the Jin Empire. I kept thinking, oh, Jin Empire, yeah, they're way up north, they're way far away, but oh, no, open your eyes, Zigzag, they are right down here, right next to you, and that is the force that's keeping you from completing the commandery that you just took all that time to take over. So my trip north may slow down and take a little longer than I expected if I need to make a little detour over here or worry about protecting my commandery. Plus, I didn't notice that we're having horrendous faction support down here. So if I just up and leave, that minor little +6 garrison bonus I'm getting is going to disappear. So I think we got to work on some faction support down here. Maybe even thinking about consolidating this commandery in total before I move north, and just count on my force that I have up here to be able to hold off any threat from Song Wai, who hopefully doesn't become a threat up north. So that kind of is a slight alteration of my plan, but let's jump in and move forward. We got a couple promotions to look at. Just last game or last episode we defeated Fan Zhu, so he is no more down there, and we got some more characters moving through, but right now I'm really not in a position to do much with them. And if we just take a look, we have high cunning, high age though, so bang for the buck in hiring someone like that isn't necessarily good, and nobody else is just standing out in all their abilities. So we'll just move on from those nobles passing through our area, and let's do the fun stuff. Promotion time. Huangfu Shang. Let's see what we got to do with you. We have several options. We have intuition, evading capture and industry. I don't really use you that way. Chance patience of increasing the chance of capturing enemy officers, and increases the rate of wall and settlement damage if he's commanding. Ooh, now this one, here we go. This one I like. We need some more strength on the battlefield, and I think this is what I'm leaning towards right there as the next route for our promotion. There we go. Also, we got Hua Jingting. You are also needing a promotion. And what I'm kind of been going through in the back of my mind is Hua Jingting, we have these two generals together that just do not get along. So I'm thinking when you come back from your assignment, Hua Jingting, we may take you over here and become a general instead of an administrator and get rid of this disharmony. That's the word right there, disharmony in our ranks. We'll just deal with Bu Jun as our administrator at that point. I think he has some of the similar attributes that you have as an administrator, so I don't think we'll be losing anything there. So Hua Jingting, we are looking at you as becoming a general, so we'll keep that in mind as we're looking for promotions. And something I like, oh, you're not, I like that idea of one available trade route, but you are not the faction advisor, heir, or faction leader. So let's look around. I like the idea, you know, of fire arrows, range damage. Even though I won't get the benefit of trade agreements, range damage is not a bad increase too. But we're going to go with the fire arrows at this time, and then we can always come back next promotion and get that there. Okay, let's move on. I think we are at a point where we can move on. I don't know that we have a lot going on. One thing, let's see if I can afford. Let's go up here. Since I'm so worried, can we afford? It would bring my income down to 30. I can afford. It's going to gain my noble support down here. It's going to hurt my income, but it's already pathetic. So let's change the tax rate, and I think we are only going to lose 12 support this turn, as opposed to the greater amount it would have been. I think it was more like 18. So I think we're going to temporarily play around with the tax rate just to increase noble support and lower the drain on our noble support here. And then in the meantime, with these funds, since I really won't be able to hire anybody, not with that kind of cash flow, let's see if we have anything over here that can affect my income. We do have a tea grower that increases income of commerce from 70 to 100. So I think we'll just develop that, is what I'm thinking. That doesn't help my income at all. So let's just spend our money right here to increase our commandery with the tea house. And that's how we'll spend the money. And now we will move on and see if the threat from the north materializes, or see if this guy over here in Kongwu is a bigger threat than I'm glad I noticed him. Let's put it that way. We'll see if he decides to move sooner rather than later. So now we got 2 threats to worry about. I was only thinking in the past that I had just had to rush up north, but no, Total War is not going to make it that easy on us. And it looks like you want me to give you practically half my territory in exchange for peace, and we will reject that lopsided offer. That's no way in our best interest. All right, we're in the spring. Sima Mao, Sima Chang. I know Sima Mao's up here. I'm not sure about Sima Chang. And a competition. I am treated to a demonstration from 3 talented courtiers. One paints an evocative landscape, another recites a moving verse, and the third hits a target from 400 meters blindfolded. They look to you to judge who was best and who should be rewarded. Well, I think at the moment I'm still interested in focusing everything on increasing my mind alignment, so we will award Hua Jingting as the winner. And we have a new ancillary, a Jade Rooster, adding to cunning. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking we'll consider that your prize, Hua Jingting, for the poetry contest, because that'll help your cunning a little bit also. Getting you close, up to 98. Okay, let's get back down to the map and see what we got to do here. I'm kind of thinking now to move. I can do baby steps moving north, and let's see if I force march. Can I reach the lumberyard? Not quite, not even in force march. So it's going to take 2 turns to get there. Now our faction support has dropped to -21 from -24, that negative factor. I think as much as I want to get moving, as much as I want to do something, I'm thinking one more turn I may just have to stay put. I've got some people injured that need some healing time anyway. I don't mind getting a little some reinforcements going. We'll put you back in regular stance though, so we can all get better. I think one more turn, then I'm going to start moving towards the lumberyard, and then we'll start hopscotching up to the rice paddy and kind of maybe park here for a little bit, or maybe on the way I'll determine what I want to do, if I want to move straight over to the livestock farm or not. It's spring, so by the time I get up there it may be winter time, so I may have to wait for a post-winter attack up here. We'll see. And up north, I don't see anybody in that territory. Is he even still there? Can I come up here and take a peek? Oh yeah, he's camping out there just fine. I see him up there. His force is just replenishing. He may have some morale issues of his own up there that he's taking care of, but let's just, now that I know he's still parked up there, we'll kind of move on back ourselves. We don't need him to move against us. And we will not change the tax rate and just call that a quick turn. Take a look and see what might happen. Sima, oh, he came out after me, that little dinky pig. Okay. Let's retreat. There, he just didn't like me there. He said, get the heck out of here. So now I'm retreated up in those mountains there, but I'll get back down next turn on my way back to the city. Hopefully he doesn't decide to move on the city while, excuse me, while I am stuck in those mountains. Oh my goodness. Diplomacy, Sima Yang signed a peace treaty with Sima D. That's a little bit to our north. And what have we got here? We have developed a reform, military households. Okay, Hua Jinting, you are moving back to the fold. That's good to know. We think we're going to send Bu Jun on the next. Got to remember, next turn he's got to be sent out as my new administrator. Got some new nobles coming through, people of merit. I don't think I'm in a position, not at all. I can't afford them, so we won't even look at them. Yeah, he was forced to withdraw big time. I think what I'm going to do is see if we can start that march north. What is this looking like? It's only it dropped all the way down to -15 faction support, so there's only a minor hit. And that means it's going to make it, if I move out towards the lumberyard, I'm still going to lose, but it's only going to be about 9 that I lose. I can live with that. I may have to park a turn or two in the lumberyard, but let's start getting a little closer so we can react either offensively or defensively with him sitting up there, because it's going to take us a while to move on these minor little roads over here. And up north, do we have movement again? Okay, so we now know if we want to get a peek up there, he's going to get offended and kick me out, chase me away. Okay, I don't think we have a lot we can do. We're only sitting on 622. Our income, however, has jumped up a little bit. I wonder just what kind of an impact would it be just to gain a heck of a lot of noble support. I'm still positive it's not, cash flow is not on my radar right now anywhere. I'm more interested in getting the noble support in a good shape down here, just so I can move on, move out, and I don't feel like I have to park myself down in Kangwu. So I think we'll take the hit on income for a turn, because boy, I moved out of the city and we didn't lose any faction support or noble support this turn. So yeah, I think I'll go ahead with that. It's a temporary move. Hopefully going to increase my mobility here soon in the north. And everybody has moved for this turn. Once again, another quick turn. Let's look at the reforms before we move on. Military provisions, that may be what I go with first, just because I know I may have to go on the attack against that last commandery down there to consolidate, and I may have to take a couple moves and siege possibly up north when I one day get up there. So we'll increase our military provisions a little while. In fact, speaking of military provisions, We still have to reach the rank of Grand Prince. That's our overall goal. But we're actually not far away. 58 out of 75 to improve out of Prince. So we're getting close. Getting close. I was curious. I hadn't really checked in on that in a while. Next turn. Let's see if we get some movement out of the Jing Empire. And if our friend to the north, Song Wai, retreats back to the trade port. Tongue-in-cheek version of friend when we talk about him up north. Okay, looks like we are hanging static for the moment, so it allows me to do some repositioning. Sima Liang up north has made peace with Sima Mao up on my northern border. And living in harmony, the relationship deepens between Ding Kui and Hua Jinting. Well, so not so much, because I'm thinking now that we got to redo an assignment. Let's not forget that. I think I mentioned I got to look at redoing my assignment, and I do. We're going to send Bu Jun, and we'll send him to Changsha, and we will assign him the same thing, the Reformation, because we got to work somehow to keep increasing our Reformation bar here. I don't have a good sense for doing that, and then unfortunately I just don't have the income to build the buildings, which is the only way I really know how to do that. So that's a slow build for us to utilize our strength up here of the Reformation. So we'll send them out. We got some more characters moving through. We can take a quick peek, but we can't even afford them right now, so forget that quick peek. Sima, you know what I'm thinking? How much? I don't have many funds, do I? Just don't have a lot. I'm thinking once I'm able to change my tax rate down here, start gaining a little more income, let's just go right into the lumberyard down here. And I think by doing that, obviously we have a big increase there, but my taxation may keep it steady again. I'm going to start increasing the taxation a tiny bit more, because what I'm thinking in the back of my head, gets up to 195. Sounds like a gold mine at 195, that pathetic little number. But let's see, yeah, we're holding steady this turn. Faction support, that negative factor is shrinking every turn. So pretty soon we're going to have some stability down here, which gives me the options. Let's see, harvest. I may park here, and maybe in the winter, if nothing's happened, I'll start moving north and seeing if we take a challenge up here with the Jin Empire and remove this threat in our south, so we can once again do what I wanted to do all along and focus in the north. But what I'm thinking in the meantime, if I can get just a little more funds built up, I would love to get rid of this hire of Ding Qiu, if I read those letters right, and their disharmony up here, and replace him with Hua Jinting. That is my ultimate goal, but I want to throw Hua Jinting up there. I guess I'd net lose one unit up here. Yeah, guess what? I can go ahead and probably do that now. So let's recall his retinue, and let's get up here to Changsha. Let's recruit and see if I can afford her. Yes, Hua Jinting. Fortunately, she's cheap. She comes with a nice retinue. Other than that, so I'm a net only losing one unit. It also, in effect, increases my income, so I can then look at recruiting soon one more and get the same, at least have, ooh, she has some different unit up here, a mounted crossbow. I like the idea. The one thing I don't like about crossbows is their limited range, but boy, if they're mounted, what kind of fun is that? We get the deadly shot along with the mobility that that helps overcome that limited range. Interesting. We also have some nice medium archers with a great ranged power. That may be the where I start out, and then we'll see if we can't play with some mounted crossbowmen after that. We'll see. So we got some options coming up in the north now that I've replaced, and we got much better harmony in that in that situation up north, and I wonder, can I go into my court even though he's in transit? Can I release him from service? Guess what? Ding Kui, you don't get along with anybody. You are formally released from service. Goodbye. There we go. Building a little more harmony, plus my income by getting rid of that lowlife has improved drastically. Look at that. 2 birds with 1 stone. So he's gone. He's gone. We've appointed her up there. Okay, I'm feeling a little better all of a sudden, even though we got a massive force staring us in the face down here, and not going to be an easy time. And I am still overmatched in the north with this small little force. But I guess I'm a glass half full. See if I can talk today. It's my first day off in a while, and I'm maybe too relaxed to even talk right. Big sigh of relief not having to work today. Okay, next turn. Let's see what it brings. A request to join our coalition. Sima Chi. Now, I am all for that, but obviously Ron Shen is not. I thought they were like okay and didn't hate each other. I'm surprised. But I know from earlier he wants Song Wai in our coalition, but oh heck no, not until I get my province back. So we got that kind of dynamic going with my bud up here, Ruan Shen. So I'll just acknowledge, yep, it's already rejected, and the majority of my allies have already declined this deal, so it's not going to happen. So that's more informational to let me know what's going on. And speak of the devil, he wants that Song Wai to join our coalition. Well, guess what? I'm going to be the one to turn around and reject you back, Ruan Shen. You got to see what he's done to me. I know he's a friend of yours, but he is no friend of mine. And not till I get my port back up north am I going to have any talk about joining him into any coalition with us. Sima Liang and Sima Chang signed a peace treaty. And we have a birth. A new son has been born. I think, is that the 3rd son we have? And they're all little babies. Yeah, they're all little babies wrapped in swaddling clothes. Not much use for a long time, but at least we are strengthening our line for the future. And let's see. How is... Okay, we are getting some positive movement at last. On our noble support, a whooping 2 increase this turn. And we're up to 810. I think I can get my northern force back up to at least the weak what it was in that weak state. So let's recruit up here. I'll feel better with another archer, and I love the idea of that archer of Jing. And to be quite honest, it's not that much of a per turn upkeep compared to the ones I already have. So we're just going to go ahead and hire there, just to get myself back up to the strength I was at. Now we aren't all totally harmonious, but a harmony disharmony kind of vibe going on isn't a bad thing either, because you have the harmony to kind of overcome the disharmony. So, but overall, I think our court's looking much more harmonious. Let's see what we've got. Not much money to spend. We're kind of stuck here. I'm thinking I'll just stay put for another turn. How's my force looking? Yeah, we're almost back to full strength. And it's autumn, so I'm not really going to advance. What I do next turn is I may start advancing up to the border in the winter, so that come spring we can look at making some movements towards this last livestock farm province, see if we can make some noise up there. And we'll do a very slow build up here in the north. Next turn, let's see what happens. Jin Empire, you're taking an awful long time doing stuff. What's happening down here that I can't see? What's going on? Let's see. We have a request that has been declined, Mao Ren, and I don't know. Yeah, I'm not interested in doing any coalition things with him. So thank you for being in agreement with me, Ruan Shen.
尊重你的决定。
Okay, income slowly building back up. Diplomacy. Oh, so anybody that wants... Oh, that's Sima Y. Not Song Y. There's so many similar names. I'm sometimes at first going, oh my goodness. Then you find out it's not Sima Y, it's Song Y that we're at war with. So that's really far away. That's nice to know. Yeah, someday. And what do we have going on? Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness, you sneaky sneak. You're going up here against the Kangwoo rice paddy. Do I have the ability with Sima to get up that way? I don't know. I don't think we quite have the mobility. But let's try to move in for the attack. There we go. Let's move in for the attack. He's in forced march. Why? Oh, before I move, I don't know why it wasn't letting me, but we'll take a look at that after the fact. Let's do our promotion for Sima. I didn't even notice he was up for a promotion. What can help us the most? Ooh, tell you what, I'm not even going to look at all the others. This one gives me an additional trade agreement, and it increases my ranged damage, which he is the one handling the ranged units in this army. So there, I'm not even going to look at any others. I'm not even going to think about fire arrows. We're going to go with the extra trade agreement. So thank you for whatever, not letting him attack, so I can get that in effect. I guess sometime the game's looking out for me. Trade agreement. Who have we got looking for a trade agreement? Let's solidify, because we aren't agreeing in every aspect. That's for sure. And we aren't happy with each other. I don't want to do a trade agreement with you. It might keep you off my back, but I think the first place we want to go is right here for the trade agreement. We need to solidify his support.
很高兴见到足下。
And you can pay me some for the benefit of this trade agreement, because I need money. In addition to the trade, I need money. How much are you going to give me for it? 600 in addition to the actual trade agreement itself. Trade value is 359. Let's do it.
你的提案不错。
Keep you happy. Keep you happy. And help counterbalance the other negative things going on in my northern borders. Okay, I love that income much more. I love it. So that allows me, because I'm going to go aggressive, it's going to hurt my income, I know. Or do I look at first before I increase that force, seeing if I have any kind of building that will help? I'd have to wait 2 more turns for that. I don't really have any quick income fixes down here. Kangwoo, any quick income fixes? Not really. So we'll go with the expansion of the force in the north. And I want 1 more of these. I'm greedy. And then I think we'll round out her force down the road with a trebuchet, and I want to mess around with one of these mounted crossbows really bad, so we'll get at least 1 of those. We'll go 1 of each for the last 2 slots. But let's start this turn with another medium bow infantry, the Archers of Jing. Okay, now let's see. Sima, can you get your butt moving this time for me? Can you help me out, or is it just because you can't reach him that it's not letting me do that? Yeah, okay, we'll just get up close. I was just trying to click in here and it wouldn't let me even do that. He's on forced march. Can I get even closer? That's about as close as it'll let me get with the meager movement I have left. I don't know, if he moves away into the rice paddy, he pretty easily is going to take that over, but hopefully being in forced march, maybe he's going to have to react to me. We'll find out. And here we go. Next turn, we may have a fun little battle coming up, and it looks like I could be slightly outmatched looking at his force. Hoi, yo, 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 yo. Yeah, we could be looking at some. We could be looking at one tough heck of a battle, but let's see if that's what happens on this next turn. And it does. Look at that. I'm the defender on this one. What kind of map are we looking at? Okay, we got a smattering of trees on either side. He looks like he's kind of on a hill here that in his side. Is this like a little valley running between? Maybe. Okay, here we go. Let's get down into this map. It looks like I am predicted for a close defeats. So any kind of victory, knowing me, I will be satisfied, trust me, with any kind of victory in this battle. So let's get in there and set up for, okay, let's think positive, my eventual victory. No general chatter on this one. We're only slightly outnumbered in number. Now let's just hope my generals can play a bigger role in this battle than his generals and pull this one off. Okay, we don't get the benefit of seeing where he is, but oh yeah, more than likely in defense he'll be starting on the big old hill so he can charge at me, come on downhill. So where do I want to set up? I'm thinking what we will do, let's set up a front line down here. This is what I'm thinking. Y'all holler out if I'm not thinking right, but this is what I'm thinking. We will set up a little line right here. We will set up some archers in the rear of that line, so as he attacks, we can pepper them as they advance. Are you with me here? Or are you yelling out, you fool, you fool? Okay, I think these are the generals that have, their buffs are for charge resistance, and your buff is for ranged block chance. So we like these guys to be near our main force here. So let's get the two generals right here so we can get the benefit of your buffs. On the main force, it's going to be visible for him because this is the twist. We're going to get Sima IE out here to see if we can enclose and if they'll accept some duels. And I'm thinking, I'm trying to predict the AI, which is sometimes a frustrating thing because they don't do what you think. But I'm thinking he's going to charge right on down the hill to these forces that he sees. So let's see if there's any way I can hide my guerrilla force in the trees. And they're all hidden. They're all hidden. And so as he engages, hopefully I'll be able to swing this nice little force down into his rear. The question is, do I have enough of a line here to be able to hold? Let's see if we can lengthen that line just a tiny bit. We'll try that. And then the cavalry, we'll try over here. Are they all hidden? They aren't all hidden. I'm going to position them so they're all hidden. And this will be the force. Okay, they're all hidden now. So we got the archers in the back. I also need to get these guys grouped together so I can quickly access them. Okay, we got the archers grouped, the cavalry grouped, and my out of nowhere group that's going to help us out. So that's my plan. Let's find out. As you know, best laid plans often go awry, but let's give it a shot. And let's get ready to run Sima IE up the hill and see if he can search out a duel. Potentially, they're out of range. None of them say no, will not duel. So let's hope we can get a duel to take one of those generals of theirs out of the way and give me a general advantage. I need some kind of advantage. And I think I'd like to start out dueling with their champion, knock him out of the way. Advance, advance, advance. They're running down the hill just like I thought, though. So that's a good thing, although they're swinging over this way. What's going on there? Okay, let's do the duel. Now they're moving back up the hill. What's going on? You gonna observe the duel? Is that what you guys are doing now? Oh, I got knocked off my horse this time. Look at that. Let's get the hamstring moving here. Slow him down. I got knocked off the horse. I thought it was me. There we go. And yet we have the slight early advantage. Now what the heck are his forces doing up here? I'm still out of sight on these forces. He's kind of muddling around in the background, making up your mind. What I do? Throw you all in disarray by battling with your general? Well, since we got the time and you're not doing anything, let's close in on this duel here and see how we do. Yeah, nice move, nice move, nice move. We do have the slight early advantage. His forces, I can see him kind of muddling around in the background. Thank you, AI. We'll do another hamstring move on him. Still want to keep an eye on the guys in the back. Nothing happening yet. Nothing happening. They're just viewing the duel just as we are. Let's go, Sima. You're the easy one to pick out with that headpiece of yours. At least we can keep track of you real easy in this duel. Green on green. We have the advantage from almost down to another power move. See if he can give us a slight more edge. Let's pull it. Sima taking damage, taking damage, taking damage. I mean, we're winning the battle, but boy, we're taking the damage with our leader here. And their forces are now advancing once again. Come on, Sima. This battle's going on far too long. Let's end this duel. End this duel. Pretty soon we're going to have to lose attention on this duel and get back to the battle, because that's where the win or loss is going to take place. As much fun as it is seeing this duel. Come on, Sima. End this. End this. Okay. Okay, let's see how the forces are looking, how they're advancing. Funny, they're leading off with their archers, so they're hoping to weaken us that way. Fortunately, we have the buff against archers. So once they get into range, we will use that buff. And eventually their archers are going to fall behind, aren't they? To open them up to my hiding cavalry here. Let's wait for that move to happen. Can you get back on your horse? Are you back on your horse? You're not at full strength, but let's get you down in here. In fact, can you? Can you deliver? Uh-oh, let's get the buff going. We need a buff against the arrows. Minimize that damage. Except you missed my one on the side. Okay, time to bring the cavalry out. They're leaving their archers in the rear. Their support is all gone. Let's go. Let's give them hamstring. Hopefully I didn't go into this duel. Now, for some reason, they have found me up here. I thought I was hidden. Let's come down the hill away from these cavalry. Get my own cavalry involved. So my force to come down, my plan to come down is not working. Because his cavalry somehow went up there and found me. So I'm a little bit have a lot of discomfort. And come on, Sima IE, let's get back in there. You're making a lot of good headway in this duel, even though you're in a majorly weakened state. My line is not going to hold forever, that's for sure. Get out of those halberds. That's not who you should be fighting unless it's a rear attack on these halberds. Come on, let's get these archers out of here. Let's get these archers out of here, and then we can use some rear charge support here. No prolonged battle with these cavalry. No, 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 no. Do we have the last archer out of the way yet? Okay, Sima IE, that's your job. You did it. Let's bring you down here to help us out now. After you get on your horse, you'll be a little quicker that way. My line is about to falter. Can we get some of you in here? Can I get some melee buffs in here? It's looking bloody. It's not going to be an easy victory if we manage to pull this out. Let's hamstring this force right here. Coming against a swordsman here, Sima IE. Gotta watch your health. Gotta watch your health. Okay, they're weakening over on this side. Finally, at last, we can start wrapping up the line here. As long as this side's going to falter before we get there. You all want to duel desperately, desperately, desperately. Let's start rolling down the line here, guys. Let's get the cavalry out and about. I don't know why I'm pushing them through with the rest of the line as if they're going to help that much. Now we got some victory going. Look at this. We got a victory on our hands. It wasn't easy. It wasn't pretty. But hopefully we did enough to prove the computer wrong and we claimed victory from the jaws of defeat. Fancy way of saying we got lucky. We made it happen. Yeah, the good old Pyrrhic victory, but guess what? It's better than that close defeat that we might have had. So I will take it. I think it'll give us a moment or two to replenish during the winter, because I do believe it is the winter that was about to come up on us. We'll replenish over the winter. Let's see. We captured a character, Kai Teng. He's honest. He's vigilant. He's also cruel. But that doesn't affect us unless he's in a important position. I don't know. I kind of like him. I've never employed somebody like this. Do I want to employ him and then I can use him in my northern force at some point? What kind of... He has some nice melee units, which I will be needing. You know what? Let's employ the guy. Let's see what that does to the dynamic on my faction. We definitely want the replenishment right now. Aha, we didn't quite kill him out. He's retreated. Okay, so I'm feeling a lot better here in the south. That is for sure. I think what we can do, we can move forward and hopefully just auto-resolve, knock him out, get rid of him. And then we can move into the rice paddy, worry about replenishing for as long as necessary. Come back over to this livestock farm and once and for all complete the Kangwu commandery. Now local forces are here. Once I eliminate that, I still will be in the positive with faction support and the way my noble support will be trending. So let's do that first. We're getting near the end of the episode, but let's resolve some of these loose ends, and one of those loose ends is staring us right in the face here. What's the best way to get out? Let's move into the rice paddy first and then advance north from there. Let's do it that way. Is that what I gotta do? Let's get rid of this stuff up here. Get it out of my way. It's too much of a distraction. Sima Y, Sima Mo. Sima Y has vassals up the yin yang, it looks like, so we'll have to watch out for when he appears. Like the wind. Not satisfied with winning the battle, our general overtakes the retreating enemy troops and lays a successful ambush, further reducing the numbers that can stand against us. Good job, Huang Fushang. We'll take anything we can get. Sima Mao requested Sima Cheng to join their war. And back to Sima Y. Well, Sima Y, not going to worry about it. Let's see. This will increase our diplomatic relations with Mao Ren. We can compensate the prince. I don't want to do anything that hurts my treasury right now. I need everything I can get. And we can hurt. Let's release the captives. A local magnate, his strength and manpower exhausted by years of war, has resorted to raiding the territory of another prince, stealing the manpower he needs. So naturally the prince has complained and demanded his peasants be returned, and I must adjudicate. We can increase. We don't have any kind of mind alignment to improve on here, so I think we're just going to go with the increased relations on Mao Ren. He is nearby. He is close. Let's keep our relations good with him while we get rid of these other nagging issues. So I'm going to release the captives. And we just received a cart with the finest armor also. Armor of the Adept. We'll take a look down the road on who might best be able to use that. And we do have some more characters going through the area. Kai Cheng, is he officially ours now? Yes, he is down here. We'll have to look and see how he gets along or how he gels with everybody else, or I'll be doing a quick release on him too. So we'll keep that as a reminder. Let's get my force down here. Moving. Now he moves. Get rid of all these distractions and it works just the way we want. Okay, decisive victory. We just got through a difficult one. This one we're going to win no matter what. Let's just delegate. We trust our generals. Oh. Miss an eyeball? Oh my goodness. But that should help now. What's this? Ren Tai Yuan? I always have the ability. Except he's expensive. We're just going to release you, get some more money. We're going to replenish here with our forces. In fact, we'll move them down into the rice paddy, which will further help our noble support. So we're going to get a positive 8 increase this turn to get us below negative 50. We'll be in the only in the negative 40s now. Oathsworn, fighting side by side. Huang Fushang and Sima Yin are gaining friendship. So I think this is where we're going to leave off the issue. I think we're going to rebuild, resupply here for, who knows, a turn, a 2 turns, at least over the, oh wait, we're in spring already. Here I'm thinking I have to wait through the winter, but we got through the winter. It's hard being in the south. I don't see the snow on the ground to remind me it's winter. We'll come back and do our promotion for Sima Yin next turn. We'll see about taking over this livestock farm and teaching the Jin Empire a lesson for threatening me down here, and then we'll continue to slowly build our force in the north so we can once and finally take back our Changsha trade port, which I relish for just the income benefits that it provides. So that's where we're leaving it. This is ZigZagZog signing off from Western Kentucky. I sure do appreciate your sticking through and watching this video. See you next time.